July 4th, rain or shine, Boston Pops celebrates our nation's birthday. 500,000 people gather on Boston's Esplanade for the festivities, and millions more watch on television. It's an unbelievable event. They've got fireworks, cannons, and to top it all off, this shebang has a reasonably priced MC, me, Craig Ferguson. For the past 3 years, I've had the pleasure of hosting this event.
YouTube? Don't you YouTube that soldier?
In fact, that's me, on YouTube. No, I didn't get to play an instrument, or conduct, or even fire a cannon. But I did get to do a little river dance with Keith Lockhart. He dances a mean jig. Join us now for a gala birthday blast of our own. Tonight, the Boston Pops celebrates 125 years of playing America's music. Here are just a few of the folks who will be part of this birthday celebration. Chris Botti, Karen and Richard Carpenter, Johnny Cash, Kristen Chenoweth, Ella Fitzgerald, Roberta Flack, Josh Groban, Itzhak Perlman, Bonnie Raitt, John Raitt, James Taylor, Vanessa Williams, the Boston Pops Orchestra, Keith Lockhart, conductor, John Williams, laureate conductor, and Arthur Fiedler.
The Symphony Hall, at a point that I think few of you have had a chance to see it, that is when there are no people in it. We're just set up here, it looks pretty normal, we're ready to do another Boston Pops concert, but you should have seen this place a few hours ago. Each May since 1900, the hall has reinvented itself. The symphony's straight-back leather chairs are unbolted and disappear through a hidden elevator in the middle of the floor. Up come the tables and chairs, and 24 hours later, presto, it's Pops season once again. Well, I know a lot of people say this, but I'm convinced that I have the best job in the world. I get to be the steward of one of the greatest musical traditions in America. I get to perform all the time with one of the great orchestras of the world.
The orchestra is unbelievably successful. People bring their grandchildren in the same way that they were brought there by their grandparents decades ago.
Quote that I make liberal use of is that we only play one kind of music at the Boston Pops, the interesting kind. I think the Boston Pops is the orchestra, as I like to put it, for people who don't know they like orchestras.
We could program a Rossini overture on the same program that we would play a song from Gypsy, for example. Anything goes in a way. I think that the Boston Pops is the greatest musical mix master that's ever been contrived. the informality of it in the setting where the orchestra is dressed up in black tie and you're in one of these temples of art, which is the Boston Symphony, the incongruity of that is part of the fun of it.
About 1 week after I took over as conductor of the Boston Pops, I was being wheeled onto the stage and sawed in half by Penn and Teller.
Hi, what's your name? Hey, I'm Pete Walker. Pete Walker!
In 1885, the founder of the Boston Symphony Orchestra had this brilliant idea. Hey, summer's coming up and I've got a hall that's empty. Let's get a bunch of musicians together, invite everyone in town, play some great music. You know, nothing old, just the big hits. Today we call that a rock concert. In 1885, they called it the Pops. And it was huge. A tradition was born. Every spring, the Pops played, people showed up and everyone loved it. But here's where it really gets good. In 1930, they had another brilliant idea. We've got a Pops orchestra, now we need a Pops star, someone to lead the band, a conductor, someone everyone will like. The ladies will love, the guys will want to be. So they looked around, and there he was, right in the orchestra. There was this incredibly talented, incredibly handsome young man named Arthur Fiedler.
Arthur Fiedler created the modern Pops orchestra as we know it. He had the idea to play popular songs, to play current music. This was in a period when George Gershwin, who had written Rhapsody in Blue, was not booked with a lot of orchestras because people were so highbrow. They didn't want to book George Gershwin to play in their concert halls because it was Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms.